AFR On Demand is brought to you by Breck Golf. Try Beaver Creek today, just 20 minutes from downtown Baton Rouge in the Zachary area. They've got a PGA Tour driving range, a short game practice area, 30 to 40-yard practice shots. It's a great place to chip and putt and practice if you don't have time for a full round. Book your tee time today, golf.breck.org, golf.breck.org.
Matt Moscona.
I'm very important.
After further review.
Say it one more time.
After further review with Matt Moscona.
And here we go.
Live from the Raising Cane studio.
Let's ride!
Hour 3, off we go. Welcome aboard. Glad you're with us. AFR presented by Goodwood and Sexual Wellness. I'm Matt.
Hey, Will.
Hey, bud.
Paul O'Neill.
They're chanting Paul O'Neill's name.
Muso. And Mr. Toby Tom Blake. All right, we're here. Glad you are as well. Get out there, make it a good one. It's 5 o'clock. It's quitting time. Glad you're driving home with us. Man, what a day. Tigers have popped three commits today alone after landing 2 commits on Monday, 1 commit on Tuesday. I ain't good at math, but that's 6 in about a 48-hour period. Absolutely incredible for Lane Kiffin and the staff. Among them is 4-star running back Tre Segarra out of South Carolina, who's good enough to hang out with us for a couple of minutes. Tre, it's a pleasure, man. Thanks for the time. How are you?
Doing well. Thank you guys for having me.
Man, it's our pleasure. Hey, do you go by David or Tre?
So my legal name is David, but most people call me Tre.
All right,
I'm the third David in my family. So.
Love it. So you're good. We call you Tre.
Yes, sir.
Love it. All right, man. Hey, let us know. Why'd you pick LSU?
It was really just about the people. You know, Coach Kevin Smith, he ended up coming to my house when I first got to know him. And then when I got to the OV and got to really see, who he is around his players and how the people, interact with him in the building, it kind of felt like it's something similar to what we have at Burns. And Baton Rouge is actually similar to Charleston, which is where my family, where my mom grew up. And so I spent a lot of time down there. And it kind of had that home feeling. And when I went there and got to meet the people, that kind of solidified it.
By the way, you mentioned being in South Carolina. How much of a pull, or was there a pull to stay home and go to South Carolina or Clemson?
Yeah, I mean, obviously it was always there. My parents ended up going to South Carolina, so early in my recruitment, they were kind of up there, but obviously things change, and at the end of the day, I felt like LSU was the best opportunity for me.
Tre Segarra is our guest. I love that you mentioned Kevin Smith. And look, obviously Coach Smith is new around here. I've gotten to know him a little bit. Really intense guy and super genuine. I'm curious what your impressions have been of getting to know Coach Smith in sort of a short amount of time.
Yeah, I mean, he's definitely a family guy. He has a beautiful family, and he's well respected around the program and around the facility. So, you can tell by just little things like that he's a great person, and I'm excited to get to work with him.
Did he show you his highlight tape?
No, he didn't show me the tape, but I know about his accolades.
No, so Tre, one of the things like some of the guys on the team this year told us is like the first day he brought him in there in the room and put on his highlight tape to be like you will listen, like this is what you're trying to do. Which, I mean, that's a hell of a flex, right? I mean, you walk in day one.
That's wild. Yeah, no, he was one of the ones that.
Tre Segarra is our guest. Hey, tell me about your interactions with Lane Kiffin. What was that like?
Yeah, he's a really he's an upfront guy. What you see is what you get with Lane Kiffin, and I can really appreciate that in today's college football. So that's something that really stood out to me.
Is it one? It's so interesting, Tre, because we're all learning, right? I mean, Lane and the staff and everyone, they're still new around here, so we're still learning how they do things. So you said he's real genuine. Like, how much of the whole recruitment, how much of it is when you sit down, it's here's how we see you on the field. Like, here's the NIL piece of it. Here's the family component of it. Like, how do they break all that down whenever you're on your OV?
Yeah. So it's a little separated. There'll be some fun, and then obviously there'll be some business and some serious talks that you'll have to have. But, with LSU, those talks kind of felt a little more relaxed than they had with my other couple official visits. There wasn't a lot of pressure, and when I made the decision, I felt like it could really be mine and not something I made under pressure or in emotion.
Hey, was your OV, Tre Segarra is our guest, was your OV your first time ever to Baton Rouge?
Yeah, that was my first time ever.
Okay, man. Give me some impressions. What did you think of BR?
I mean, well, I have to be honest, the first thing that hit me was the humidity. I thought I would be immune from being from South Carolina, but it's a little bit different down there.
Yeah.
But, I mean, the campus is beautiful. It's a great place. It looks like a great place to go to school. Obviously, I said the people were really nice. The food was great. Oh, my God, the food was great.
What'd you eat?
But we had this crawfish dip. It was so good. I was cool at the time, so I don't think I really got to enjoy it how I wanted to, but it was great.
Oh, love it, man. That's so good. Got a couple more for you, man. It's so interesting because they went and signed 4 running backs in the portal, and now they got 3 in this high school class. What did they tell you about the numbers at running back and sort of the expectation there?
Yeah, I mean, so you never know, especially today in college football, what your room is going to look like next year. And so I think it's kind of a precautionary thing where I'm one of those guys who commit to everything they do. So none of that's really worried about me. I was just trying to find a place where I would fit best with the people.
Do you have an expectation? I mean, look, Tre, you're a top 150 overall guy in the country. I mean, like, you're a dude, right? I mean, we all understand that. Do you have the expectation of, like, I'm going to come in and play right away? Or is it a thing where, you're going to come in and you work, earn your spot, and maybe sort of grow and develop there?
Yeah, so the goal is always to play. However that comes with us, getting snaps or getting reps and special teams. To get on the field is obviously the ultimate goal, but I think that I'm a guy who can come in and make an impact.
What do you like about the offense?
It's really high tempo, and you do there's a lot of variety in the run game. So you can put all the things on tape that you need to put on tape to get to the next level, but at the same time, you can be really competitive at the college level too.
Man, did you ever think that you'd be playing at LSU throughout your process?
Not until later.
Yeah,
not until really late, because before Kiffin and until Steve got there, they weren't really a part of my the recruiting it's an interesting thing. I've been getting into this year.
Well, man,
my freshman year, so I've seen a bit about it. Crazy things happen here. It was crazy to see that made such a huge impact on me so late in my process. But I prayed about it, and at the end of the day, I'm confident I made the right decision.
He is Tre Segarra, running back out of South Carolina, committed to LSU, part of a ballooning class right now. And a lot of people here are excited about it, man. Congrats on your decision. Hey, man, have a great senior year. I'm sure we'll catch up with you down the line, man. Thank you for the time today.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
That's our pleasure. Tre Segarra. Guy said he had some crawfish apps. How about that? I'll tell you this much. There ain't no cake in that crab cake. I know that much. That's a fact.
Not even a little bit.
Not even a little bit of cake.
You can't have cake in your crab cake.
How can you do it? You can't.
No.
It's not a thing. I love that he said the goal is always to play right away. But even if it's special teams, how you can make an impact. And it's one of the things I get, like, I don't know that he was going to say, exactly what the plan was, what they told him, all that stuff. And I'm sure it's, hey, come and work and earn your opportunity. But the thing for me that's so interesting about this running back room, right now we've talked about it, I'm not telling you or him anything I haven't said here, which is you've got Barry and Durham back this year. You added 4 in the portal. That's 6. Now they've signed 3, or they've got 3 commitments from backs in this class. They ain't carrying 9 scholarship running backs in 2027. So you got these 3 freshmen coming in, and 2 of them and Segarra and Martin, who committed today, Tre Martin from Winsboro, are like top 150 guys, like elite level dudes. And we've talked about it a ton here, man. They're not, you don't even have to take my word for it. Lane has said it. They're not spending money on dudes from high school to come and sit. If they're going to spend money on a high school player, it's going to be a multi-year deal or they're playing immediately. And I think that's a dude that, we talked about him a day ago, man, but 5'11", 210 pounds going into his senior year. I mean, it's real to think, he's 220 by the time he steps on the field week 1 against Houston in 2027 and probably is going to be a guy that gets snaps. So the profile's really good, man. I like it. Like it a lot. All right, it's After Further Review. Glad you're aboard with us here. We're brought to you by Relief Windows and ReliefWindows.com. Windows, doors, siding, shutters, and shades. Relief Windows. ReliefWindows.com. You know, Relief Windows is one of the few companies, quite literally, in America, one of the few contractors that will not take a down payment. I mean, think about that. And they got to order the windows. They got to pay the wholesaler. They got to pay the window company that's sending the supplier. Well, they're not taking your money to go buy that. They're fronting that money. They're never taking a dollar from you until they're done and you're thrilled. It's Relief Windows. Just the way they do it. Measure twice, install once. Every window custom, the exact specification of your home. Prevent those costly air leaks. Lower your energy bills. Increase the beauty, interior and exterior. Increase your home's resale value. Make an investment into your biggest investment, your home, with Relief Windows. Windows, doors, siding, shutters, and shades, and always exceptional customer service. Relief Windows and ReliefWindows.com. All right, y'all, it's After Further Review. We're glad you're hanging out with us here on this Hump Day edition of AFR presented by Goodwood Men's Sexual Wellness. Let me knock out a quick break. Let me react to when we come back because this is developing. I wanted to dive back into what Lane Kiffin, a few things Lane Kiffin had to say to Tyrann Mathieu on the In the Bayou podcast. But right as we were going to the top of the hour, LSU got another commitment, the third of the day, this time a 2028 offensive lineman. We'll get into that, get you some immediate reaction next on AFR.
After Further Review.
Hump Day shows are brought to you by Goodwood Men's Sexual Wellness, yourgoodwood.com, yourgoodwood.com. ED treatment, hormone replacement therapy, peptides. We talk about it every single day here. Man, it's about feeling your best. You know, ED treatment, sure. If you've got ED, like, deal with it. Get it taken care of. Goodwood can help. But that's only a small part of their business. Hormone replacement therapy is all about changing the way you feel. I'm so glad that over the last decade, the narrative around HRT has changed, and people have started to realize the incredible health and wellness benefits of having healthy hormone levels. There's so many studies done that actually suggest that healthy hormone levels decrease the risk of prostate cancer. You don't have 20-year-olds with prostate cancer, do you? Well, maybe a healthy testosterone level contributes to that. A lot of research shows it. Learn more. Feel your best. yourgoodwood.com. Check them out online. yourgoodwood.com.
After Further Review, presented by Goodwood Men's Sexual Wellness. Visit yourgoodwood.com.
Thanks again to Tre Segarra. Just joined us there at the top of the hour. LSU running back commit. My goodness, what a flurry. If you're not scoring at home, the Tigers popped 2 offensive linemen on Monday, running back Tre Segarra on Tuesday, and now today, 3 commits here on Wednesday. It started with running back Tre Martin out of Franklin Parish in Winsboro. 5-star edge Chris Whitehead committed to LSU just about an hour or so before we came on the air. And now entering the 5 o'clock hour, just about 20 minutes ago or so, Chris Whitehead's brother, Isaiah Whitehead, who is an offensive lineman for the class of 2028, has committed to the Tigers. So remember, when we talk about a 2028 prospect, this is a guy who's entering his high school junior season. Okay, so you got a ways to go before Isaiah Whitehead gets to campus. But it's notable because his brother has now committed for 2027. So obviously, if they want to play together and you're talking about high-profile guys, cool. There's probably more of a possibility of this commitment sticking, although you got a long way to go. All right, Isaiah Whitehead, his bio, the profile here, he's a 3-star, 6'4", 325. Let me say this again with context. He's in the summer before his high school junior season. 6'4", 325. Does he profile as a tackle, a guard? I don't know. Early in the process, when you look, ESPN doesn't even have a ranking yet for 2028. So the composite is just Rivals and 24/7, both who have him among the top 40 offensive tackles in the country. So like we've talked about over and over again with this offensive or with this recruiting class and the way the staff is going about it, you're going to look at this dichotomy where you're going to have high-level guys like Isaiah Whitehead's brother Chris, who's a 5-star edge, who you'll pay for him because you're expecting him to contribute. And then you've got more project guys that they love the ball of clay that they can take and mold into someone who's going to come, stay, wait, and eventually be an impact guy. And I think you're just seeing this over and over again with every commitment they take in this class or in any class here at LSU, 27, 28 under Lane Kiffin as they're building it. Even look at the class they signed here recently. You had Lamar Brown and Richard Anderson and your elite level top tier guys. Well, you also had guys like Ryan Moret, who sat in the studio, who's a 3-star center, who was committed out of Miami, who was committed to Ole Miss, sat in the studio and knows he's coming to wait and develop behind Braylon Moore, and is a high profile, high ceiling guy at that position who knows he's coming here to develop. He's not expecting to play right away. I mean, look at what they have committed right now. Ahmad Hudson, 5-star. Chris Whitehead, 5-star. KJ Green, 5-star. You got your quarterback in Peyton Houston. You got Terrence Smith in the mix as well, who committed a couple days ago. Tre Segarra is a high 4-star running back. Trey Martin's a high 4-star running back. Braylon Calais, a top 200 prospect. Amari Stevens, Cade Cooper, Brendan Lacey, Amaze Siale, Marquez Davis, guys that are project guys that are going to take a little time to learn and grow and develop. So interesting how they're building all of this out. But Isaiah Whitehead, the first commitment for LSU's 2028 class, just hours after his brother committed for 2027. All right, it's after further review. We are brought to you by First South Farm Credit. I'm going to dive back into the Lane Kiffin conversation with Tyrann Mathieu because one of the really interesting things that Kiffin and Tyrann talked about was the money. And if money has changed the players. You're going to hear that in just a second. But remember, FirstSouthFarmCredit.com, FirstSouthFarmCredit.com. Thinking of buying land, your first option should be First South Farm Credit. They've been first in agriculture for more than 100 years, first in recreational property. Coming off a hunting season as we're in the summer now. You're looking ahead to this fall. We're going to be in deer season before you know it, duck season. If you want to be hunting on your own property, get that process started today with First South Farm Credit. FirstSouthFarmCredit.com, FirstSouthFarmCredit.com. Maybe coming off a tax season, you realize in 2026 you're going to need some write-offs. Well, owning land, you'll incur expenses. Could be a great option for you. Talk to your CPA about buying land. FirstSouthFarmCredit.com. FirstSouthFarmCredit.com. So Lane Kiffin was on Tyrann Mathieu's podcast in the Bayou, and they covered a lot of ground. We talked about it earlier in the show. Go check out the podcast. Highly recommend it. But one of the things that Tyrann asked was about the money, and if money has changed these players.
You need to evaluate, can the kid handle money? Because you've seen this.
Yes.
In the NFL, all of a sudden they get money and it's the first round pick that they can't handle everything that goes with that. They're not mature enough, and then they're sidetracked and they're not focused. Yeah. Well, now you got to figure out, can a 17-year-old handle money the way NIL set up now, and are they still going to have the drive that we want them to have? I love that they make money. I do think it's got a little bit out of whack, because my concern is this. If kids nowadays, just like kind of the rich kid syndrome, the kid that has everything, if kids nowadays at 17 get all this and they got the cars and they got the money and they're in houses. I mean, these kids now are in the houses that the coaches are in, neighborhoods,
Right.
Yeah. That's good in some ways, but does that lessen their drive? It's like, now I got what part I was chasing for, because some people chase the NFL for like that drive, that competitiveness to be the best, and some chase it for the money and what it brings. Well, if they're already getting that, I don't know that that's all good.
You know what I thought about? I thought about two things when I heard that soundbite. One, I'll reference Mike Detillier again. One, it's something Mike D said forever. One thing you never know in the NFL draft is how money will change someone. I mean, they could be a dog. They could be grinding. All of a sudden, man, your draft pick, that 7-8 figure signing bonus hits your bank account. Is the drive there like it once was? Or do you take your foot off the gas? That's something that it's impossible to know until it happens, but it's why you evaluate it. Lane's got an NFL background. I think that helps in that regard as you're evaluating sort of the character of the guy. I also was reminded, like, there was an interview. I'll give you an analogy from a different sport. Conor McGregor became the most viral phenom in MMA. He's not the greatest MMA fighter ever. Like so many in that sport, as it continues to evolve, men and women who have their moment end up getting outclassed by a younger group of fighters that just become more versatile, more dangerous, and better. And Conor had his moment, and then Khabib came along. This isn't an MMA segment, but the point is, like, Conor's been out of the game for 5 years. He's going to fight again coming up this summer, and he's going to get his ass kicked. But one of the things early in Conor McGregor's career, I remember watching an interview with him, and this is when he was a dog, like a poor dude from Ireland who fighting was his way out and up. And he has made it, right? But one of the things that Conor said, I need to go find this interview, is that whenever he would get paid, like he'd fight in the UFC, he'd get paid, and then he would go spend all of his money. All of it. So he's broke again. He intentionally made himself, it's not, I wouldn't advise anybody to do this, but he would go spend all of his money to be broke again, to give him the drive to go fight again, to climb and make more money. So he'd go buy suits and cars and whatever and be broke, so he had to go fight again. Money, there's just such an interesting paradigm shift when money's involved, and that is happening now with these guys, and it's really hard to judge at that point. It's why Lane keeps talking about with his staff how important that is to evaluate character of all these guys and if money will change, and it's impossible to know if it will until it actually happens, and sort of they're walking through that right now. It's a really interesting conversation. He also talked a lot about recruiting in general and how they present themselves in recruiting.
We just are who we are. When kids come here, families come here, like, we are who we are. Like, you don't get this show on recruiting. I think a lot of places present themselves one way in recruiting, and then when you get there, you're like, dang, that's not what I saw. Like, the coaches acted this way, and then we got there and it's totally different. Now they're yelling at us. And so we just present who we are. I mean, it's pretty laid back, but it's like, hey, what you see is what you get. We have very low transfer rates of players that are playing, because when you come here, you're not going, dang, man, like, you're not calling your mom going, this ain't what they did on the recruiting weekend, man. This is totally, or they promised me this, but I didn't get this. So I tell our coaches all the time, don't make promises, man. Just tell them you're going to get a chance to play, compete, to start, but you're going to have to earn it, because otherwise you're getting those promises and then the locker room starts going, well, he told me this, he told me that. We just are who we are.
I think it's pretty apparent the more you talk to the recruits as well that they hear the same thing. And one more, it's interesting because we just 20 minutes ago had Tre Segarra on the show, the four-star running back commit. Trey Martin committed today, another running back. And I've referenced this several times because, that running back room has 6 scholarship players in it for 2026. And now they have 3 commits for 27. And all 6 of those guys, the 4 transfers, Barry and Durham, all have eligibility beyond 26, meaning they could all be back for 2027. And I think, and we'll get this answer eventually, but they needed to remake that room, and so they went and did it with numbers, and they went into the portal and said, look, pay Harlem Berry. Caden went in the portal, decided to come back, but they went and added 4 guys, say, hey, come compete. Same thing you just said there. And I think they went through spring and realized, man, these guys probably aren't good enough to compete. Maybe they'll grow and develop, but you can't run that risk, so you got to go into this high school class and add numbers. And so they did. They've got 3 commits already. And so it's going to be a 1-for-1 swap. Like, there's 3 guys coming in. 3 guys are going to go out. At least 3 are going to go out. I'll be really fascinated to see what happens with Dylan Jones from Wisconsin, because it was very obvious watching him throughout spring that he stood out among those backs. Physically, he's bigger, strong runner between the tackles, knows all the blocking protection. Well, Tyrann asked Lane Kiffin about an under-the-radar player. Who do you think he mentioned?
I think Dylan Jones, running back that came in from Wisconsin. Now, we haven't done tackling yet, and so there's still a lot into it, but really good feet and body control and really smooth runner. He was starting there and got hurt last year, and so not a big stat guy coming in, not much notoriety. We got a lot of portal guys that were highly ranked and all that. Yeah. We've got obviously the quarterback, the left tackles, an unbelievable player, and everybody knows about Tre Des and Whit Weeks and TJ. So there's a lot of names they already know about, but I think Dylan has got a real chance.
I'm saying it's in spring, man. And now they're saying it too. It's pretty obvious. Like, that was not an impressive group in spring. That guy stood out, and they've got a lot invested in Harlem Berry. I think Harlem has the huge upside potential, like Kewan Lacey. I'm not saying he's going to be a 1,500-yard rusher, but Lacey had 23 rushing attempts as a freshman at Missouri. He goes to Ole Miss as a sophomore. Boom. In this offense, 1,500 yards. I think that's the hope with Harlem. Not that he'll be an All-American. That'd be awesome. But that he'll be the guy. You're going to run your quarterback, and then Dylan Jones is the other guy. Both those guys could come back for 27, and I think you could bring this next crop behind them. I think is how it works out. We'll see. Good convo with Tyrann and Lane Kiffin. You want to catch it, you can. YouTube, podcast, anywhere. It's In the Bayou podcast with Tyrann Mathieu with Lane Kiffin as the guest. All right, it's after further review. Jimmy will be here for Auto Locks in about 15 minutes. Stick around on AFR.
After further review.
GLO. GlowResources.com. GlowResources.com. Complete employer solutions. It's Glow Resources. GlowResources.com. If you're hiring, you need to find the right people. Well, you need Glow Resources. It's that simple. They're the best. Home base is here in Baton Rouge. They got an office in New Orleans. They got offices in Orlando and Miami and Texas and all over the place. But the bottom line is, if you're here in Louisiana, Glow Resources can help you maximize productivity by finding the right people. As good as we think we are at identifying and hiring, think of it this way. Glow Resources, their staff conducts about 50 interviews a day. A day. That's 15,000 interviews a year. I don't care how good you think you are at interviewing. You ain't doing that many interviews. They've got it perfected to find the right people for your business. GLO, glowresources.com. Complete employer solution.
After further review, presented by Goodwood Men's Sexual Wellness. Visit yourgoodwood.com.
32 years ago. 32 years ago today. Oj, the Bronco chase. What's that?
I saw that on Instagram this morning.
Oj. He's the worst.
Hey, Twitter. Oh, no, not Twitter. Hey, X world.
I totally forgot about it. Oh, my God.
I'm so glad I didn't delete that.
Hey, Twitter.
Hey, Twitter. Oh, no, not Twitter.
Oh,
hey,
man.
X world.
What do you think Oj is saying to the devil in hell today?
I know.
Oh, Twitter world is hot down here.
Oh man, he's playing a really hot round of golf down there with the devil. They had a tea time.
Brutally savagely murder 2 people. Get away with it. Go to jail for stealing your memorabilia back. And then becoming a Twitter personality like nothing ever happened.
Don't forget about writing a book about getting away with it.
Here I am. Hey, Twitter world.
Hey, Twitter. Oh, no, not Twitter. Hey, X world.
Oh, man.
Oj. He's the worst. If he wasn't, the best way I ever heard, Jim Rome years ago said, if he wasn't the worst, he'd be the best.
Yeah.
Which is a great way to put it. He's the worst. Make no mistake about it. The absolute worst. But, I mean, the complete lack of awareness. Or maybe awareness, but like a give a damn, to go out there and play golf and then steal your memorabilia back, write a book about how you killed 2 people, but not own it, and then be on Twitter all the time.
Hey, Twitter. Oh, no, not Twitter. Hey, X world.
I'd say rip, but I don't mean it. 32 years ago. I remember watching the NBA Finals when that was the Rockets in the NBA Finals. Whenever the Bronco chase was going down. God, what a time. Oj. All right. What was I going to do? There's 2 things I was going to do here. Oh, yeah. We'll do the World Cup thing in just a second. I found this interesting. Got odds that are out to make the 12-team playoff. And not to win the national championship, but to make the playoff. Notre Dame at 87% leads the way. And I guess it makes sense. I mean, especially with the new rules. Because if Notre Dame is in the top 12, they're in. The committee can't vote them out, right? So Notre Dame, 87%. Basically, go 10-2 against a crappy schedule you're in. Ohio State and Oregon, both at 76%. Miami just behind at 75%, and that makes sense because they're a prohibitive favorite to win the ACC, which is a crap league, and so they win the crap league they're in. Indiana, 75%. Notice no SEC schools yet, by the way. Until we get to Georgia and Texas, which are both at Georgia's at 70. I'm sorry, Texas 73%, Georgia 71%, Texas Tech 66%, and then LSU 43.48% to make the playoff. Third best odds among SEC teams. I think it's fascinating. Bama, A&M, Oklahoma, all sequentially following next. It's a pretty big gap, right? So LSU's at 43%, Bama, A&M at 40%, Oklahoma 36%, Ole Miss 35%. Tennessee's next among SEC schools at 25%. I mean, it's pretty encouraging, especially against this schedule, to have LSU with the 9th best odds and 3rd among SEC teams to make the college football playoff, which I think is the baseline expectation year 1 under Lane Kiffin. All right, brought to you by Shaw Bills, Tire and Auto Service, ShawBillsTire.com. Last week in this, we've been letting you hear from Danny Klein, who's he's the general manager over at the Burbank store. And, I tell you all the time at Shaw Bills, they'll sell you name brand tires at wholesale prices and treat you like family because they're family owned and operated. And they value family. That's something Danny told me about with his family.
I got a wife, 2 kids. Son's 14, daughter be 13 in August. They go to Live Oak, junior high. Daughter's into a little bit of everything. My son's in band. Wife just recently got her master's, working to get her master's, just got her college degree. Live out in Watson.
Bunch of overachievers, man, and you love to see it. When you walk into Shaw Bills, you're talking to real people who live in our community, who have been in our community, who work hard to do right by you every single day. So you want an auto service spot that you can trust, you want Shaw Bills. Shaw Bills Tire and Auto Service. Name brand tires at wholesale price, and they treat you like family at Shaw Bills. ShawBillsTire.com. Shaw Bills. We keep you rolling. All right, Muse, give me some World Cup music. This is something we got to institute just because the more research that I do, the more numbers I get every single day. It's abundantly clear that people care here in the not only the States, but here locally about the World Cup. I'll watch when the U.S. is playing because, as we well know, how I feel about international competition is one thing I want. What is it?
To watch the United States whip foreigners.
And everything.
And everything.
Go, go, USA!
So, all right, Muse. When's the next time we get to watch the U.S. whip some foreigners?
So
we whipped those foreigners from Parisia.
No.
From Pearland.
Almost, but not.
Pacific Palisades.
No.
Nope.
That's in the United States.
Whatever.
It's Paraguay. And yes,
I think it's Paraguay.
It was 4-1.
You're so American.
Paraguay.
You're so not cultured.
Yeah,
Paraguay. Paraguay.
Yeah. All right.
All right.
So the next time the United States is on the pitch is Friday, this Friday, June 19th at 2 p.m. They're up in Seattle. They're going to take on Australia.
Austria.
Yeah. No,
G'day, mate.
Australia.
Let's put another shrimp on the barbie.
Those are the two teams. Both teams 1-0 in Group D. So it's a big, important game there for the countrymen, the United States of America.
Okay.
You want to know something about today's action?
I don't really care. It's your segment. You just
All right, let's talk about today.
Hurry up.
4 games.
Here we go.
England, they topped Croatia 4-2.
The Croats.
Yeah, Taylor Calandro was watching that game. Harry Kane scored twice for the English. We had Portugal and the Congo. They tied. Yeah, they tied.
Do that conga. No, you can't.
1-1.
Longer. Do that conga.
Congo with the equalizing goal in extra time in the first half, and no points scored in the second half. Ghana will play Panama at 6.
I'm sorry, did you say gonorrhea? What did you say?
Uzbekistan will play Colombia tonight at 9.
Colombia.
Yes.
Where are they playing that one? They're playing that at Memorial Stadium?
No, that one's in Mexico City.
Oh. All right.
Yesterday, Austria beat Jordan 3-1.
Jordan Kitchen?
No. The country.
Of Hunt Show?
The country.
They got a country called Jordan?
They do.
Jordan's got his own country? Or is that Michael Jordan? Michael Jordan bought a country?
Maybe. No, I don't think so.
I bet his net worth is bigger than some countries.
Jordan has a river, too.
Yeah.
Jordan.
Okay. That's all?
That's it. Yeah, slow day. Slow day on the pitch there, man. But the United States, they kick it back up again Friday, 2 p.m. Against Australia.
Go USA.
Go, go, USA!
All right, Jimmy will be here for Outer Locks to wrap up the show next.
AFR.
We are brought to you by River City's 1 Hour Air, where they're always on time, or you don't pay a dime. 752-0001, 752-0001, 752-0001. 83 degrees. We're supposed to get aren't we supposed to get like a tropical storm tonight? I heard that. Quote me on it. Tropical storm or something like that. Weather's supposed to be bad tonight in parts of South Louisiana. But nonetheless, storm season's here, but that also means summer is here, which means every day it's going to be a bajillion degrees. Make sure you're taking care of your home central AC. Call River City's 1 Hour Air, preseason AC tune-up, 752-0001, 752-0001, 752-0001, or 1hourbr.com. You can spell it out. Remember, they'll come by, they'll take care of your AC, they'll get it tuned up, cleaned, running efficiently for the coming warm weather or the warm weather that's already here. And if you have an issue, they'll take great care of your working nights, holidays, and weekends. River City's 1 Hour Air, 752-0001. You want to work? River Parish Contractors wants to talk to you. rpcontractors.com. rpcontractors.com. I'll say it again. rpcontractors.com. It's River Parish Contractors. Y'all, they're looking for everything. Welders, tackers, fitters, crane operators, all of it. You want to work in the fab shop right there in Reserve, they want to talk to you. Want to work at the plants for the jobs inside the fence, they can help you there as well. It's River Parish Contractors. You got to call Big Jake, y'all. 318-547-1000, 318-547-1000, 318-547-1000. Remember, at River Parish Contractors, tons of overtime, day shift or night shift if you want to work when it's cooler. Paid time off, great benefits, and you're home with your family every night for dinner. Not going to miss your kiddos' games. It's River Parish Contractors. Call Big Jake, 318-547-1000, River Parish Contractors.
After further review, presented by Goodwood Men's Sexual Wellness. Visit yourgoodwood.com.
Down the stretch we come. Final segment here on a Hump Day edition of AFR, presented by Goodwood Men's Sexual Wellness. One thing left to do. Let's find out what we're betting on tonight. Time for Otter Locks.
Otter Locks.
All right, time to win some money.
Presented by Total Maintenance AC Repair. Same-day service means you will never sleep hot. 480-1000. We are Total Maintenance.
I think it's safe to say that I won the bet.
Yo, Otter, what up?
What's up, man? We live here at the Queen. Got some friends in town, man, watching some ball games. So watch the wind blowing out at Charles Schwab. So they scored 19 in the first one. We like the over in the second one. Wind still blowing out. Not quite as hard, but 15.5 is a total. It was earlier, so
15
right around
now.
15 flat. So Georgia and Oklahoma over. And I like the alternate line. I laddered it over here, Matt, and that's one good thing about DraftKings menu as well. There's alternate lines. A lot of places, and I checked, do not have alternate line betting available on their menu for the college baseball, including College World Series and tonight. But I got Georgia -2, and I wouldn't even mind doing a little ladder, 2.5, 3, 3.5, 4. So if you are downtown at the Queen, yes, I went all the way up to -5. On the Bulldogs.
Oh, my God.
I think it's going to get ugly
tonight.
Finally, the park is going to play closest to where their park plays in their 4 games in Omaha this year. And they are much better than Oklahoma, no doubt. All right, Toronto and Boston over 9.5. Max Scherzer, we've heard this before, 41 years old. He's going to the Hall of Fame. He's got multiple Cy Youngs, but not what he's doing right now. It's in a delay, too. This was scheduled to start a little earlier. They haven't started yet. Over 9.5, Toronto and Boston. And then out on the coast, Kirby and Bradish. Seattle got the first game last night. Kind of a little payback for Seattle. They got swept at Baltimore. Back home, and they're looking to and they won a tough game last night. Big pitching advantage at home, Seattle -130 against the Orioles.
All right. So a couple of plays in the College World Series. We like the alt line, Georgia laying 2. We also like the over with Georgia and Oklahoma. It's 15 right now at DraftKings. And then in MLB, we like the over with the Blue Jays and the Red Sox and the Mariners on the money line. You can always get the plays for free over at LouisianaSports.net. Where are you tomorrow, Otter?
At the original walk-ons on Burbank, just off from Nicholson.
You got any plays on the World Cup tonight?
Panama on a draw against Ghana.
So we're picking a draw?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Went 4 for 4 the other day.
Well, thanks for sharing. Appreciate that.
No, I didn't have it. I'm saying the draws went 4 for 4. I'm not claiming that.
Okay.
No, but the 3-way, this is in the World Cup scoring is low. There are a lot of draws. So there was one earlier.
Wait, soccer
today.
Scoring is low?
yeah.
What?
This is it. Look. That's what I'm here for, Matt. Just enlighten you. So.
Okay, well.
But you know what's funny? Most of the games have gone over. There's been a lot of overs. Yesterday was, like the who's who in soccer. Holland from Norway had 2 goals. Mbappe from France had 2 goals. Messi with 3 goals.
I saw that. Hat trick.
Yes. So, a lot of them have been going over. Talked to some of the bookmakers out in Las Vegas, including out in that Circa, and their crew has been betting a lot of unders. So A lot of overs so far and a lot of draws in World Cup. So
yeah, you heard me say hat trick. I don't know if you caught that. Big soccer guy here. I know.
No. They call it a hat trick.
No, I know. That's what I'm saying. I'm a big soccer guy. If you need some soccer tips, you just let me know. Big soccer guy. I know all the lingo.
Okay. Yes. So, speaking of Telemundo does not break away for the hydration breaks like Fox. So.
Okay, good to know. Thank you, Otter.
All right, good luck.
Otter's on a hydration break right now at the Queen. We're brought to you by Paris Restoration, ParisRestoration.com. Kill mold, remove odor, tons of rain earlier today in the area and more coming tonight. Hey, look, if you have water intrusion, have mold, think you might, our friends at Paris Restoration can help. ParisRestoration.com. Just punch it into your search engine on your phone, ParisRestoration.com. Go to the homepage, fill out the form. They'll give you that free estimate as always. Jim Woodworth and the gang, they do a great job. They'll come by, spray their patented non-toxic dry fog treatment, close up all the doors, they'll let it dwell, doors, windows, let it dwell, kill everything down to the spores. As soon as the fog dissipates, you're back in. Do your home in half a day. Easy. You're at work, no biggie. They'll come in, they'll spray by the time you get home. It'll smell great, sanitize, clean, everything. ParishRestoration.com. 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 All right, y'all, it's just about going to do it for us here, man. Really good show today. We appreciate you for hanging out with us on this Hump Day edition of AFR presented by Goodwood Men's Sexual Wellness. Thanks to Tre Segarra, LSU running back commit, was here earlier this hour. Ross Jackson last hour. Tigers got, count them, 1, 2, 3 commits today. If you want all the info on all that, Saints wrapping up their mandatory minicamp before they take a month-long hiatus. Reacting to Lane Kiffin, sit down with Tyrann Mathieu. Got tons of stuff today. Catch it all on demand. AFR on demand, presented by Brett Golf. All right, it's going to do it for us here. We're going to get on out of here. Muse Pauly, have a great night. We'll see you tomorrow at 3 on AFR.
AFR.
You want to see 2020? Do what Jimmy Ott did. Go see Dr. Blake Williamson. Not just Jimmy Ott, but quite literally thousands of your friends and neighbors, me included. Call Dr. Blake Williamson over at the Williamson Eye Center. 924-2020, 924-2020, 924-2020. You want to see 2020, call the Williamson Eye Center at 924-2020. Remember, they have financing options available, interest-free for 24 months. Don't let ability to pay or what you think might be a cost inhibitor be something that prevents you from changing your life. Call Dr. Blake Williamson. Go for the consultation at the Williamson Eye Center. Maybe you were told you're not a candidate for LASIK. Cool. Evo ICL, PRK, custom lens replacement. There's so many options in refractive surgeries today that can help you see 2020. Call the Williamson Eye Center.